And that's good, man. Y'all had a chance to even do that right before, not even before he died because he's still here,
Yeah.
but before anything happened to him or anything like that, y'all had a chance to develop that and grow. Whereas in a situation with me, my pops died when I was 20. He was in our lives. There are things that he said and are things that has happened with in my childhood that I really wish 28 years later that I could talk to my daddy about, say, hey, daddy, what happened here or anything
Yeah.
like that. So I envy y'all's relationship. I envy. What's good, world? It's Kings Can Move On podcast. My name is Frank the Tank, aka Big Reno, aka Kansas City Finest, baby. How y'all doing out there? What's up, Big J?
What's up, y'all? I'm Jay, okay, aka Jason, aka KC the H Town. Also go by Wood for those that know me. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah. How things going down there in H Town, man?
Man, I can't complain, bro. I can't complain. Then
Mm.
again, if I did complain, you wouldn't want to hear any fucking way. So it's
Nobody want to hear all that. They like, oh shit, change this channel, man. Same shit. So
yeah. But now, man, I can't complain, man. Pretty good, pretty good. What's up in KC?
oh man, we having some good weather. They're supposed to turn on us in a couple of days, but we're gonna take it as it is. This is the Midwest for us, but everything good. Nice Super Bowl that we had a chance to enjoy. I didn't enjoy the game, but that's that damn halftime, boy. Yeah. He got it, didn't he?
That was the best part of the whole damn broadcast.
Man.
The game, I was like, eh. But
Yeah,
that look, they uh they came through on the halftime show.
they
They
did, man.
they
And
came,
I'll say like that one, Prince,
yeah.
Bruno Mars, Beyonce, and Michael Jackson.
I knew you was gonna
Those are the ones that I just remember. Prince especially because that's my dude right there.
yeah.
But man, that was a hot one right there. Oh, Nelly too. Nelly did a hot one some years back.
Let's see, I don't remember that one. I
Mm.
remember the other ones you mentioned. They was all big, big, big.
Hmm.
I don't remember Nelly's, but
Oh man, it was hot. It was a good one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, they you know what? It was about time NFL decided to embrace the culture again. You know,
true.
I mean, it's only so often you can throw out the Beatles or the Imagine Dragons or
Hmm.
whatever you want to put out there. At the end of the day, you got to play what's moving the needle.
Right.
And right now, hip hop and R&B moves the needle. You know,
That's for real. That's
so
for real. Country got it too. I imagine they're gonna have something country going on next year. So
you
if
know
they
what?
play that Tennessee whiskey or something, boy, I'm be right there too, singing, drunk and shit. I don't care. Yeah.
No, okay, yeah, no, I likes country too. I
Hmm.
definitely likes country as well. I like all kinds of music actually, but
Yeah.
I just don't like when it's all one sided. Like
Exactly.
we're gonna go every year and not even touch the needle of where it's popping. No.
Right.
Yeah.
Things is
So
changing, man. Everybody need to take a hold of that change,
yeah,
embrace it.
yeah. But I thought it was dope.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good.
So man, today we're gonna we're gonna get into Big Wood. We're gonna see what made him click and made him the man who he is today. Um, and as stated, this Kings Can Move On podcast. We are all about empowering young men to be reach the greatness that they can reach. And everybody can be great. One thing the thing about the universe, God, whatever you want to call them, everyone can be abundant. So we don't have to hide that abundance from anyone. And so we want to try to help everyone to be reach a level of greatness that they are bound to reach. So we gonna reach into Jay's diary today and see what made him click. So
I feel like it's that scene from Boomerang when old girl
mhm.
said, "Tell me all about Marcus." He's scared, isn't he?
Then after he said it, gold star for Marcus.
Exactly. That's what that's gonna be.
Yeah, well, well, dog, I ain't gonna give you no damn gold star after this is
Okay.
over
All
with.
right. All right.
But
So I ain't got a lot to get in. I ain't got a lot to.
right, I'll give you at least a big up.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
We can get into it, man. We can get to it.
uh, so you was born in KC, raised out here. Uh,
Born and raised on the hard streets of KC.
right
Back in as we say, in the city,
in the city, yeah,
off of 59th and around Prospect.
on the block.
So out there in them streets going hard.
Where's the lie detector? That's a lie.
No, anybody knows me know that I'm a
Right,
studio gangster.
right,
Studio
right.
gangster. If yeah, I ain't
CD4 in the house.
yeah.
But he
Ain't
can fight though.
nothing.
Don't only get it twisted. He
Yeah,
can fight.
yeah. No, ain't nothing hardcore about me. Now I'm real. You
Right.
know, I'm real as they come. But I ain't no thug and no hood rat. But
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in the city. I grew up around a lot of folks that was in some stuff that I couldn't get into. But
Mm-hmm.
grew up with my mom and my grandmother. Um, single mom household. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, saw my dad on occasions. Um, but they were young parents, so they were doing their own thing.
Now,
Don't hold it. Don't hold
how
it.
old were they when they had you?
17 or 18.
Both of them.
Yeah, they were both 18, I think, because well, yeah, I'm up there, but um, yeah, I think it was 17 or 18. They were
Mm-hmm.
both in high school, seniors in high school. So yeah, young teenage love, they call it.
Yeah, they both went to Southeast, right?
Southeast the Knights.
I yeah.
All my people went to Southeast. My
Oh yeah.
aunts, my uncles, they all were Southeast.
Mm-hmm.
I should have went to Southeast, but
Hey, the way the universe works, man, it just steers us where they want us to go. You know what I'm saying?
so let me tell you about that, right?
Yeah.
So I grew up in the city, like I said, and my natural progression would have been to go to Southeast because that was the school in our neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
That's where everybody went. But somewhere along the line, when I hit a high school, moms decided she's gonna do a boys in the hood on me
Right.
and do me like Trey and send me out to my dad's house to live with them and
Mm-hmm.
get out of my mom and grandmother's house. So I had to transition quickly from all my friends in the inner city to now be out in the suburbs in a brand new environment.
It was almost like Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You went from born and raised in Philly to Bel Air, huh?
Yeah,
Brand new
yeah.
environment, yeah.
It was a whole new environment. So yeah, and that's where we met.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Ruskin High School. The Eagles
The Eagles.
represent.
So man,
So
we've known each other for 30 plus. 30 plus,
30
man. It's a
plus,
long
30
time.
plus. Went through 4 years of high school together.
Mm-hmm.
Went to about 2 years of college together.
That story to be said at a later date.
At the famous LU,
Yeah.
Lincoln
Yeah.
University. Big
Mm-hmm.
up, big up. Uh,
Right.
and then yeah, did that for a while. And then I moved down here to Houston,
Mm-hmm.
and shit, I've been here ever since. Ever since, man.
So what influenced your decision on moving? Because one thing that I know about you is you were okay with getting up, and now that we've started this podcast, and you told me something about your pops that your pops had moved out to L.A. for a minute. and came back. Let me ask you about that real quick. Has he ever talked to you about that?
About LA?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, let's start off with your pops, man. Because I think that your pops is like one of the coolest niggas I ever met in my whole motherfucking life.
He is. It's
Yeah.
funny. Me and my pops are a lot alike. Um, you know, we're both laid back, both, cool customers. He's probably cooler than I am, just,
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
experience. But, you know, real calm, laid back, cool guys. We're both thinkers. Um,
Mhm.
like I said, neither one of us are afraid to get up and move and go somewhere. So I don't remember what age it was, but he did move to California with my aunt Linda,
Mhm.
and he decided he's gonna go to California, do it big, and I think he spent a couple of years out there,
Oh, yeah.
and had to bring his ass back home
Right.
because
Right.
California's, you know, high as hell.
Man, this probably was even high back in the 80s and
Yeah,
shit. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
So he had that adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Came back to KC, got established. I think he was working at AT&T at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe TWA, one of the two.
Yeah.
But yeah, AT&T, worked there for a long time. Got married to my stepmom. They've been together
Mhm.
now 40 years. Shout
Damn.
out, shout out.
Man. Shout out. Shout out to Daddy and Mama Mays, man.
Yeah,
Great people.
but no, man, Pops has been. It's funny because, like I said, when I was younger, we went together a lot. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we would do stuff like we went fishing together. He coached me one year in baseball. I was no good, but he still coached me my little ass.
Where'd
Uh,
you play?
we played out there off of the 95th. The
Oh, the three and two stadium.
Exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Yeah, played out
Mm-hmm.
there. Yeah, I guess that wasn't no good, but
Mm-hmm.
did stuff like that. You know, but when I moved out there and lived with them, I learned a lot more about them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
got closer, start building a relationship, and start learning things that took to be a man. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because before that, all I had was my mom and my grandmother. Showing me the way. So
Now you had your grandpops down there too with you at that time, right?
yeah, I had all my grandparents around me when I was younger, man, on both
Mm-hmm.
sides. My mom's dad and mom's mom, my dad's parents. Uh, I even had my great grandparents around me.
Oh, that's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
So
Mhm. How
no,
do you feel like they influenced you at that point, or influenced you to where you are today?
um, they instilled, like, I would say, work ethic because my grandfather, one thing, he was a mechanic back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think my first couple of cars was hoopties, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
barely making it. So whenever the break down, something would go wrong, I'll go to his house. He would tell me to go to the auto parts store,
Yeah.
get this part, and this part, come back over, and I'll be thinking, okay, he gonna fix my car for me. No, no, no.
They put that right there. Get that
Papa
rent.
would be like, okay, all right then, bud. Uh, Go ahead and pump the car up.
Mm-hmm.
He would get his chair. He would sit there, like, all right, now take this off, bring the pieces over here. All right, now he would just walk me through whether it's brake replacement, whether it's oil change,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. He taught me how to do all that stuff about my car and just showed me how to work through some things, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then when I was over there, he'd be like, "Well, you here, bud? That grass needs to be cut too."
Once, once you done, once I'm done telling you how to work on your car,
Yeah, yeah. While you're
right?
here, get that
Yeah.
lawnmower out.
I'll
take care
make
of your
sure the gate
grandfather's
is up for
yard.
you, huh?
So yeah, man, you know,
Right.
it was good times growing up, man. Good times.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So then you made it down to H Town, man. And how long did it take before you settled down there and got married and had your baby girl?
Um, I think I was in Houston probably about 10 years before I settled down, man. It was
Mm.
man, it was
Euphoria. I mean,
man. Listen,
land of
listen,
money.
listen. When I moved to Houston, it was eye opening. Um,
Hmm.
coming from where I came from, where we had limited access to any kind of social activities,
Yeah.
due to all kind of issues we had. Coming here, they had clubs galore,
Hmm.
and they had clubs where you can get in if you was 18, and you couldn't drink, but you could get in with a little wristband. If you was 21 up, it's whatever you want to do.
Hmm.
So this was like my intro to the club life. I'm like
Yeah.
loving and meeting, any and everybody and just exploring the city, man. It's just it was a good damn time. I tell you that.
So milk and honey, man, milk and honey. I tell you what though, I'm wondering though. So you didn't get in any trouble. So when you were down there, when you went down there, you were early 20s, mid 20s,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
you really didn't get in a lot of shit. You didn't ever call me and say, "Dog, I just got out of jail last night." I didn't, or I just me and homies just finished fighting somebody. Y'all didn't do a lot of that shit. So
No, that was when we was in, well, that was that was LU. That
that
was
was 2 years.
yeah,
That's 2 years, yeah.
yeah. Now when I got down here, man, it was like more of an adult vibe. I got me a
Hmm.
little job and had an apartment. Actually, me and Hen had an apartment together. Actually,
Hmm.
me, Hen, and Ryan at first.
Okay.
Then me and Hen had an apartment together, working, maintaining, living, and man, it wasn't no trouble to get into, man. It's like it was a different vibe down here, man. It was like it wasn't like back home. where
Right.
back home it was trouble everywhere you looked. I can still remember back home we was at a party at the Blue Ridge Cutoff. Remember that? In the Blue Ridge Cutoff party,
Uh-huh.
they started fighting. Remember? And then next thing you knew, cats came back in and started shooting up the place.
Started shooting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
inside the damn party.
that.
Yeah,
A matter of fact, I remember him when I went to the bathroom, he was in there. One of the cats that was doing the shooting was in there
really.
talking a lot of shit. Yeah. That was crazy. And I
Yeah,
remember looking at somebody, we both in there peeing and looking at him like, damn, he tripping like a motherfucker. Next thing you know, they fighting in there. Next thing you know, they fighting outside. And then they come inside and shooting and
dude,
shit.
we were so blessed to make it out of a lot of
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of shit between fights and between people shooting and getting shot and
Hmm.
yeah. No, down here it was totally different, man. I
Hmm.
didn't see none of that stuff down here.
And it probably was a lot of as far as who you were around, that law of attraction thing. That's not the vibe y'all was on. So y'all wasn't going down to the
No,
third war, fourth war, fifth war with
man,
the Scarface country and shit.
no, no. As a matter of fact, the cats I hung around with and still hang with to this day, we were on partying and meeting girls. we,
Hmm. Yeah.
we wasn't on no other bullshit. And like you said, law of attraction. My mom has always said that I've always been very selective with my friends.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't just taken on any old kind of friend. It's
Hmm.
always been real selective, and you had to be of a certain character type. So you know, like I said, the guys I met and hung out with then, we're still cool. We're still like family. You know, that's Big Hen, that's
Mhm.
EJ, and that's Big Moo.
Right,
You
right.
know,
You
and
know, and you just hit on your mom's, man. I had to give her a big Auntie Deborah, man. She's another one of the sweetest, man. And I gotta even admire her for saying, for making you go where you needed to go. She realized at that age, when you were at that age of freshman, about to be a freshman in high school, or a little after freshman year, like this is not the life for you. You need that male role model. You need your fatherly role. You need your father in your life. You need that role model, and that's what's up, man. I give her all the respect in the world for that shit because a lot of women don't do that.
no, and that was never her thing. Um, she did, you know, everything she felt was best for me. You
Yeah.
know, um, she never kept me from my dad. It was never none of that stuff about, your dad ain't this, your dad ain't that. Uh, they had their issues, but it wasn't to the extent of, you can't go see them or none of that kind of crap
Hmm.
like some women do today,
Yeah.
where they like,
Hell no, you can't go see your daddy. He ain't pay
yeah,
child support, or he ain't
yeah,
doing
yeah.
this.
My mom never even put my dad on child support. Uh,
Hmm.
Never had that issue. Um,
And you didn't go without.
no, no, I never did. I mean, like I said, I had so many people in my life, from my grandparents to my mother to my dad. It wasn't the traditional family that you see on TV in
Hmm.
some circles, but it worked for us. Like I said, she made a tough decision to send me out there because, you know, she didn't want to send me really away from her. Honestly, she didn't want, do that, but she knew it was best for that part of my life that I go out there and establish that relationship. So,
And y'all still kept a close relationship to this. I mean, to this day, it didn't look like y'all's relationship faltered because we went down there a lot when
yeah,
you.
no,
So.
no, yeah, we always in touch and always going down there, to see her. So it wasn't like there was any kind of separation or anything like that.
Hmm.
It was just me living in a different house,
Right,
you
right.
know, under a different roof. But no, she always did what was best for me. I always made the tough decisions she had to make. So, you know,
Hmm.
um, no, I take a lot from my mother and my father and my stepmother on how I maneuver now as a dad. You
Hmm.
know, a lot of influences I've taken from all of those uh, people. So,
Would you say that you now you got your baby girl? Did you ever want to have multiple kids? Did you ever want to share that with somebody?
um, it would have been nice. Um,
Mm.
so I started later than you guys did. You know, uh,
Like a day or two, yeah.
yeah, in dog years, nigga. Yeah, you you had your kids quite early.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I waited and waited,
Hmm.
and got married when I was like 30. I think somewhere between 31 and 35, somewhere in that range.
Hmm.
You know, and yeah, so she already had a daughter from a previous relationship that was at the time like a teenager. So she said she would give me one,
Right.
no more than that. So yeah, that would have been nice to have at least another one,
How
but
did how was the relationship with your stepdaughter?
it was okay. Uh,
Hmm.
could have been better. I could have did more. I could have, yeah. So initially, um, I was kind of kept at arm's length by my ex. She was
Mm.
really protective of her daughter, and rightfully so. And early on in the relationship, she just kind of kept me at a distance, so I didn't really get a chance to really establish anything.
Okay.
and then we got married. She was, we was like boom. uh, so I could have did more than I did, but I kind of like just kind of let it play out.
Hmm.
It never really blossomed. We were cool, but it wasn't real close.
Okay. No disrespect on her end or your end, nothing like that though, right?
No, she wasn't disrespectful. She wasn't a bad kid.
Hmm.
Uh, no, it was just yeah, it's just kind of a distance, just kind of distance between the two of us.
Yeah.
Um,
Now her and I don't know if we're gonna say names on here, so I ain't gonna say her name yet. But her and Addie, are they close?
oh yeah, I
That's
mean not age wise,
right, right.
but no, yeah, they are real close.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's
they're great sisters. So
that's good.
yeah,
Good.
no, that is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying this podcast, don't forget to subscribe and like us on YouTube and rate and follow us on your favorite podcast platform.
Mhm. So how would you say when you was when your wife at that time she was pregnant and about to have your child, y'all in the delivery room. Now you were there. You were there, right?
I was there. I was
Ex-
I
don't
was
make,
I was face to face with with
with the cooch and the crown. Woo! Shit.
yes. I was going to actually word it a little differently, but
Hey, so you go get the real. So you there, you holding your woman's hand, telling her push, push, push. She trying to push, and then you see that cooch opening up like the motherfucking Red Sea, and you see shit pop out.
mm,
Got your baby girl popping out.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
after you went through the disgusting feeling, what how did you feel by experience having that experience of seeing your child come into this world?
There is no feeling like it.
Yeah,
Um,
bro.
there is nothing like um, being there, taking part in creation, taking part in a new life coming into this world, and this new life that you took a part in creating, and now knowing that this life will be solely dependent upon you. You
Right.
know, this is now your responsibility. This child is now what all your energy and focus should be going towards, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's life changing. It really
Hmm.
is. Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. It really was. Once you get
Right.
past the other stuff, it was
Right.
very
Right.
very
Right.
beautiful. And yeah, man, yeah, it's nothing like it. Yeah.
Did your parents did they try to take her from you and all that good stuff as much as they could? Because that was their first. Was that they? Yeah, that was their first grandbaby,
Yeah,
right?
first grandbaby. Funny thing is, it's out of town. They
Mm.
they went on a trip, I think,
Hmm.
and came back in town, and and they came and saw Addie at the house, and
Yeah.
no, they're great grandparents, man, and
Hmm.
yeah, no, yeah, it was very beautiful,
Yeah.
and then it wasn't.
And then it wasn't. Then it wasn't right. So man, we're gonna take it up to a couple years. She's a couple years old, and you and the ex, y'all having y'all problems, and y'all decided to separate and move on, go your separate ways, and raise your child separately. Tell me a little bit about that, man.
This that was so so in my mind, growing up um, in a single parent household, um, I always had this vision of when I start my family, I'm gonna I'm gonna have the family unit all in one house. I'm gonna have me and my
Mhm.
wife and my child, and we're gonna be, you know, day in and day out. So when that didn't work out the way I wanted it to, it was tough.
Mhm.
Um, Hardest thing for me wasn't even, and this may sound bad, but it wasn't losing my wife. I wasn't upset about that. I was ready for that to be over because it was a very, very rocky time for us.
Yeah.
My biggest my biggest issue was not seeing my child every day. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what hurt the most. Knowing that I wouldn't be able to see my child every single day, every minute of the day, every hour. So that was my struggle.
Do you think that, or do you feel like she used that against you, and used that as a tool to hurt? And we just being just your thoughts. I'm not saying what she thought, but what did you think?
You mean at the time of separation?
And even looking back at it now, as far as saying she knew it would hurt me
Yeah.
to keep my daughter from me.
You
Or
know,
do
I
you even
don't
think that?
I don't think that was the initial um thing because we had had conversations before that about our relationship, and the last thing she had said was she had kind of hung in there as long as she did because she didn't want to take the child from me. She didn't
Okay.
want to do that to me at the time. So,
Hmm.
but at the end of the day, it was really nothing else we could do. We
Right.
just it wasn't it wasn't a happy home. Um, so no, I don't think that was her initial thoughts to inflict any pain in that manner.
That's
Um,
good.
yeah, at that time.
At that time. Yeah. So, so man, and
Side
if
eye,
you
side eye. Yeah,
no, bro. Yeah. So yeah, man. And that's a good thing. She didn't want to. She wasn't trying to keep you from your kids. And while when she lived in Houston, y'all pretty much had a ongoing. You got to see your daughter on
yeah.
an ongoing basis. It wasn't anything that she said, no, you can't see her today because
No,
I ain't letting you.
no, man. I remember father daughter dances, around
Yeah.
Valentine. I still got pictures of that. I can remember I would go on field trips with the school with them, take them on field trips, be chaperone. Um, I did everything I could to be around my child as much as
Yeah.
possible. You
Yeah.
know, you had your regular time to see her, but like I said, I would go to school when I had a chance to, go visit her on her little lunch break or whatever. I would do a lot of stuff to make sure I was around my child.
Hmm.
And now, my baby's 15 now, and she lives in Dallas now. So unfortunately, I don't get to see as much as I'd like to now. She's
Right.
been up there about 3 to 4 years now, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't like that, but
Because that's a 4 hour trip, right?
yeah,
4 hour
yeah,
drive.
4 hour drive. Yeah, so yeah, I don't like that aspect, but it's a part of life. You gotta
Yeah.
adapt and adjust. But even with that, I still made every point I could to be around her and be, involved and communicate
Hmm.
and just know that, daddy is here no matter what's going on,
So
no matter
man,
where you are. So,
and I know you're dealing with some struggles right now as far as that is concerned. I'm wondering how are you uh, with the challenges that you are facing now with you and not and being so far away from Addie.
yeah.
What do you do to cope with that?
Mm.
Because one of the things that we do is when we get stressful, yeah,
Yeah.
toast up, baby.
No.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
me
one of
too.
the things that we do when we stressful, we tend to take it out on people. We tend to take it out. That can be go from as something that's big as
Um,
road rage or fighting with somebody at work to as little as just self isolation.
that is a very good point. Um, very, very, very good point because you're right. We deal with our stresses and frustrations. You can do it in a healthy way or unhealthy way,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I've done it both, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've handled it in an unhealthy way where I've let a frustration coming from here fester, and then it surfaces and it's thrown on somebody else's here now.
Yeah.
You know, it's affected like relationships I've had. Where we may have fought and argued over some stuff that really wasn't anything, but because I was stressed and frustrated about something else, you know, I may have taken it out on them,
Yeah.
without thinking about it. So that's the unhealthy way. Not talking about it, letting it sit, you
Mm-hmm.
know, um, whatever you can do to try to get through yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now, the other side of that, the healthy way, is I'll start out counseling. You know, I see a therapist because I realize there's things I need to talk about, things that I've had bugging me and irking me for years that I hadn't dealt with and hadn't
Mm-hmm.
learned how to deal with.
Right.
So I've had to seek therapy, and it has been helping. Uh, so
Good.
I am a huge advocate of therapy, uh, getting help, even if you don't think you're in a bad way. You don't have to be crazy to seek help. You don't have to be
Wow. Wow.
right.
Like, yeah, yeah, you ain't gotta be like that.
You ain't got to be like, I'm gonna go shoot up the place. I need help. No, you could be just like regular old daily struggles, and you're like, damn, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and you need to talk to somebody about it. So mental health, man, is something that's not talked about enough in our culture. Um,
What do you
Therapy is
think
not
that is,
promoted.
man? I go back to that dog because I'm thinking about I take that back to more of the slavery days, man. Because when if we were sad, shit, we got and didn't work, we got whipped
Mm,
or killed or
yeah.
something taken from us. We got our family taken from us if we didn't do what that
So do you
enslaved.
so you think that it's been instilled in us and beaten into us from years and years and years to not talk about our issues and not address.
Absolutely. I'll give you an example, and this may be a fucked up analogy, but I'm gonna give it anyway. But let's say we got a dog, right? We get a dog from a puppy. We teach that dog. That dog's natural habitat is to be outside with other animals, but we teach that dog to be a house dog. We teach that dog to let us know when they gotta go to the restroom. They got to go outside, and they run right back in here to
Yeah,
be our property. Um,
yeah.
and if we get another dog and another dog and another dog, it's going to be that same thing. It's all generational. If that dog has puppies, if that dog those dogs puppies going to live with us, they're going to do what we want, and it's just a whole generational thing. Matter of fact, that dog's if that dog has puppies, those puppies are going to make sure that their mother, I mean, is going to watch what their mother is going to do. So if that mother is going to go in the house after they pee, them dog puppies are going to go in there, and and if those puppies see that or if that mother knows that she's not supposed to eat on a couch, those puppies are going to know that. And then if they have puppies, those puppies are going to know that. It's all generational to me.
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
It,
crazy.
it, it wasn't the best analogy, like you said. Uh, but
And somebody gonna be like, "Nigga, what are you saying? What are you talking about?
you're
You
talking
talking about
about
dogs and
dogs?
puppies?"
You talking
And
about
then,
puppies and generational curses and
you know, you get the,
slavery and
you get the gist.
like what the hell did I just tune into? I'm just, these two cats on this podcast talking about slaves and dogs. What slaves you knew ever had a damn dog? What? Oh, the slaves like the dog. Oh,
Hey,
okay,
that
okay.
vodka's a hell of a drug. Vodka's a hell of a drug, Blair. Mm,
Oh, but yeah, no, I get it. There's a lot of stuff that's instilled in us from generations
hmm
that we still carry out today.
Right.
And you're right. It is because that's how my mama and them did it. And
Yeah.
that's how their mama did it. And that's how their mama did it. And that's how their mama did it till you get way back to Mr. Smith, Mr. Jones,
Yeah. Yeah.
owned somebody,
Right.
made you do that. So yeah, it's yeah, we as a people have a lot of shit to to deal with and overcome of our own, our own culture and history.
So what would you say are things that you've done differently, just as far as breaking a generational curse, and good or bad, whatever the case may be? What have
Um,
you done differently to raise your child?
I don't know. I don't know if there's anything real heavy between my folks and to me. Um, I do know that we have evolved, as people. I do know that, like I said, so, my mom's finished high school, but didn't go to college, right? Um, my dad, he didn't finish high school.
Oh
Um,
wow. Okay.
no, he didn't finish high school at that time. Um, he did go back and get his GED, um, and he has since years ago went to college, got his bachelor's degree, got
hmm
his master's degree. So I can't say that I was a first generational college, whatever.
I can
But
remember when he was taking those night classes and shit in
yeah,
high school
right.
for
So
college for college. All I
yeah,
know.
so there was that, like, so I made a step further than my mother did as far as went to college, got my degree, did this. Now, um, her not having her degree never stopped her from doing anything though, because she went on to be an entrepreneur, you know,
Exactly.
have her own business.
Right.
So, that is powerful in itself, you
Yeah.
know. So, there may be little things, like in, you know, child raising, you know, um, I got a lot of whoopings.
Right.
Well
Right.
deserved, but I got
Right.
a lot of whoopings growing up.
hmm
I have a girl, so I haven't had to put a hand on my child.
That's
Um,
what's up.
if I had a boy, I don't know, but a
Yeah.
girl, I haven't had to. I'll talk to her, and that's enough. Maybe a little punishment,
hmm
but I haven't had to say get the switch. You know, go get a belt. The things we grew up with.
Yeah.
Getting whooped with everything you can find. But
And I know there are dads out here that'll whoop their daughters. I ain't never laid a hand on my daughter in her life. 14 years old, I've never laid a hand on her. And but
your
then my
boys,
the
you did
boys,
whoop
I
them.
yeah.
You did whoop the boys.
Till about 13, I think. And I think that was the age that I stopped getting a whooping. I
Yeah,
think at 13, I was in eighth grade or something, seventh to eighth grade when I got my last whooping.
yeah, yeah. So no, it's just little things like that.
hmm
That now I want to teach my child that I didn't learn when I was a child. Like
Yeah.
things about money. You know, that aspect that you learned late because our folks didn't know that stuff back then.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So that kind of stuff you want to just keep evolving and you know I think every parent's goal is to they want their children to be better than they were.
Yep.
So whatever you can do to provide and make sure they are, that's always your goal to make sure they're better than we are.
Hmm.
So that's all I'm trying to do.
And don't get it twisted. We get angry with them. You know, we get they get on our nerves, like, and we just get on their nerves. But I think that one of the things, like you said, we try to just teach them. We get angry because we want to see them do better than
Hmm.
where we were at
Yeah,
their age.
yeah,
Um, so that's a tough one.
yeah. I mean, my daughter has gotten upset with I've said to her, and things I told her about, told her to do. But I'm always doing it because I have expectations, right?
Right.
And I'm trying to set the groundwork. So when you go out to the world and leave my house, you're prepared and equipped because the world don't give a damn about you.
Hmm.
The world is cold and folks are gonna run over you. You know, I'm not. I'm telling you things to prepare you. So
Right.
get mad at me now, that's fine. But just know, Daddy said this was gonna happen.
10 years, you're gonna be like, damn, daddy did tell me that. Because
Yeah,
it's shit that I do. It's shit
right.
that I do.
It's my job to equip you for the world.
Hmm.
If I don't prepare you for the world, I'm failing.
Yeah.
So, so that's what I gotta do for my make sure you're ready for the world.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do here. You
Hmm.
know, with this podcast. Even talking to some young folks right now.
Yeah.
We trying to spit game and just help educate somebody. Like, listen, I've seen that road already. I've taken that turn. I've done
Hmm.
that, and you can do it.
Hmm.
But a much smoother ride is over here going this way.
Yeah.
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 So
So, and one thing I'll ask you, man, because I know we got to cut it short, but one thing I want to talk to you. Did you ever talk to your mom or pops about you mentioned earlier that your moms never put your pops on child support.
right.
But you ever talk to her about that, or you ever talk to him about that? You ever ask them the situation behind that?
Um, about child support, no, that was never
Hmm.
my concern. Um, I know she said it before, like I should have put that on child support, but I didn't. But you
Hmm.
know, I don't think we really, really, really needed it. Um,
Hmm.
but I mean, my mom has shared with me, a lot about when they was growing up and you know the stuff they did and didn't do and how that played out. Um, my dad, I had to actually talk to him about it. It never was like he didn't just tell me like XYZ happened.
Right.
Um, there was years and years and years went by, and uh, again, therapy. Uh, realized that I had some childhood trauma.
Hmm.
I didn't realize it because I didn't see my life as traumatic. You know,
Hmm.
I didn't see it like, oh man, I saw this happen in the home or, domestic violence or,
Yeah, you didn't even see him fight. You never saw,
no, it's
you
none of that.
know,
No fights, no
it wasn't
argument,
even. Yeah.
none of that. So it wasn't like that kind of trauma, but it was trauma for me because what happened was I moved in with my dad and my stepmom and my little brother. And I had the chance to witness firsthand that family dynamic, you know, him being a dad, you know, full time dad.
Yeah.
And I just kind of floated through that time and just kind of watched it and didn't make a big deal out of it. Just went through my thing, finished high
Hmm.
school, went off to college, whatever. But I realized later in life through therapy that that traumatized me because I realized I was watching what I never got.
Yeah.
I was watching what I missed, and when I thought back on it, I got upset. It bothered me. Um, so yeah, I had to talk to him about that. It was years later, but after going to therapy, I had to go ahead and address it with him and just talk about how I felt, what I felt I missed. And, we talked through it. He apologized and explained some things to me, you know, and forgave him, you know. Um, we moved on. Uh, I think it, I think it helped our relationship because, it got that thing out there, and we was able to talk about something that had been holding in for years.
Yeah, and that's good, man. Y'all had a chance to even do that right before, not even before he died because he's still here,
Yeah,
but before anything happened to him or anything like that, y'all had a chance to develop that and grow. Whereas in a situation with me, my pops died when I was 20. He was in our lives. There are things that he said and are things that has happened with in my childhood that I really wish 28 years later that I could talk to my daddy about, say, hey daddy, what happened here or anything
yeah,
like that. So I envy y'all's relationship. I envy the fact that you still got your pops in your life, and he's a positive influence in your life, man. That's
yeah.
what's
He
up.
is, he is. And I want you to hold that thought because we're gonna take a break. Uh, we're not we're no we're actually gonna cut this episode right now because we
Yeah.
run a little long. But we're gonna come right back and do a second episode and pick up that point with you and your dad, so we can talk about your story a little bit. We
Well,
dealt with mine now. We want to talk about yours next. So uh, we're gonna wrap this one up.
yeah.
Um, and if you like this one, please like and subscribe on YouTube and rate and follow on your podcast platform. Please, please, please,
Yeah.
please.
You can hear it because
Yeah.
it ain't getting nothing but juicy after this. All we doing is helping, enlightening, and get your
And
popcorn ready,
and
daddy.
we just like that first little peel you peel back, you like we just
Yeah.
getting started, man. This is only man, it's gonna get so much deeper and better. We're gonna have interviews, we're gonna have people on here we know and people that we don't know. And we're gonna talk
Hmm.
about some real stuff. But for now, stay tuned for the next episode. We'll be right back at you.
Kings can move on, baby. Let's go.
Peace out. If you enjoyed that episode, don't forget to subscribe and like us on our YouTube channel and rate and follow us on your favorite podcast platform.